The game was worth the trip. Bronny earned the game MVP in Sierra Canyon High's victory. Dad then got back on a plane to Atlanta so he and the Lakers could pick up where they left off, destroying the rest of the league. In this case, the Hawks, although they weren't necessarily destroying on Sunday. That's Trae Young.
Ooh, nice move by Trae. A little floater there to finish it off.
He's destroyed some defenders already in his young career. LeBron, that's destruction by Dwight Howard, and then James on the back end.
There you meant that destruction right there, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh. Looking spry for that old man.
I know that's right. When I was a young man, I couldn't do that.
Spinning and slamming. Alex Len barely saw him go by.
Been that way his whole career.
But, Mac, we could all do that if we spend $2 million a year on our body.
Really?
Yeah.
I would like to think.
Look at Dwight. Just keep running. Dwight without the frosty tops is getting up and dunking it.
Mac, he's not hiding anymore. I keep telling you that.
That was his only bucket of the game, by the way. James,
big one.
Deep step back three at 23 at the half and hit 4 of the Lakers' 5 made threes. Lakers up by 7 at the break. Trae Young. Yep.
Another really crafty dribbler. He gets where he wants to with the ball.
That's tied it at 57. Anthony Davis goes for 27 and 13. Then LeBron.
Another deep three. Deep.
He was just testing out the range. Likes the view from right there. Ooh. Sent 2 at him. It was too late.
Well, he's not getting his feet anywhere near the three-point line. He's shooting 4 or 5 feet behind it.
As a team, they were 5 of 31. He hit 4 of 10, but the Hawks hanging around. It's Young on the layup on the break, and then Young showing off his range. 30 points, 7 boards, and 7 assists. They're within 5. Down 3, they got a chance to tie this game up. Vince Carter.
Don't give up a 3.
Ooh.
Gave up a 3.
Cam Reddish, wide open look. Watch it again. James didn't commit to Carter or Reddish.
He just knew Reddish was going to miss. He just understood that.
Yeah, well, great defense then.
That's the big that's the big basketball brain he likes to talk about, right? He saw that coming. Hugs for Carter as the Lakers win their 7th straight. They've taken 17 of 18 and 14 in a row now on the road. That is the 2nd longest road win streak in team history. LeBron says this one in particular was a bit of a grind.
No matter what the game presents itself, we've been able to, figure it out. We couldn't throw a quarter in the ocean tonight, and we were turning the ball over. And versus a young team, you can't do that. You give them so many opportunities, but just being resilient and relying on our defense, knowing that we can get stops in critical times, and just trying to execute on the other end.
Lakers couldn't shoot it from 3. As LeBron mentioned, they turned it over 22 times, and yet they come away with a win on the road. How much about this team allows them to stretch the margin for error a little bit?
Well, when you have 2 great players like, LeBron and AD, your margin for error is a little larger than the other teams that they're playing against. But, he talked about it. The thing that's nice about this team is that whatever style of play that the other team tries to play against them, they're able to adjust and adapt to it. And they, sometimes it takes a little longer in the game for them to get to it, but when it slows down, they can play at a slow pace because they can throw it inside. And when it's an up and down game, they can play that way too.
Yeah, you win when Davis and LeBron James combined for 59 points, 26 rebounds, and 10 assists. That's that's pretty good. Yeah. Kind of a tidy night for those two. Yeah. It's like, what you do? That's how you win. Those 2 guys are just great players. They couldn't throw the ball in the ocean, as LeBron said. But when you have 2 of the most dominant players in the league, probably 2 of the top 5 players in the league on your team, you're going to win a lot of games, even if you don't play well. So it's a credit to them. I've seen the Lakers play really well. They're scary when they're making shots and running and defending because their defense is solid. So, they're for real. There's no question about that.
Hawks are now 6 and 21. More numbers.
They're not for real.
Trae Young. But you get to a point where you're in danger of building the losing habit. What is the ideal situation around Young for his development moving forward?
Well, you would like to add a couple of veterans, not too old. You got Vince Carter there, who's been a great mentor for these young team, but I don't know if I would break this team up right now because I would make a trade if it was for another young player, maybe a guy in his 4th, 5th year maybe, but I wouldn't go too old because this is the thing. You don't know what you got right now. Collins is out right now serving a suspension. Look, all these players are so young, and Cam Reddish and all these guys, you got to give them a year to find out who they are. And Mac, I used to say this all the time. In that first year when you're bad, I don't care if they fail. I want to find out who's got heart and who has mental toughness and who's going to sit back at the end of the season and say, you know what? My rookie year, I took a beating. Now I know what to go home and work on to get better. And so it's not that you lose is not necessarily a bad thing. It's how you lose, losing with a purpose. And if your young players understand what they need to do to get better, then you lost with a purpose.
All right, to Brooklyn, no Joel Embiid for the Sixers as they try to extend their 5-game streak Sunday against the Nets. Al Horford back in the lineup after missing a couple of games.
Horford going to work on him in there at the jump hook.
And then baseline.
Big L. That's what they need him for. No Embiid. You better have a lot of L.
10 points in 27 minutes in his return. Spencer Dinwiddie filling in for Kyrie Irving. Drives, lays it in. Joe Harris to Dinwiddie. Scoop layup is good. He's got more where that came from.
Threes that you shoot. For guys that might be goodness gracious.
Tobias Harris. How do you do?
Whose baby is that? Somebody get that little baby out the street. Goodness gracious.
He jumped up there.
Whose baby is that?
I don't know.
What is Richard Jefferson talking about?
I don't know. Maybe he's talking about Dinwiddie because he's such a little guy.
He's
little baby
funny. Dinwiddie up top to Jared Allen.